Forgiveness is Freedom, Episode 5. Cutting the Cord. Reclaiming Your Energy from the Past. The Divine Frequency, written by Dr. James Ojjeh. Welcome back to The Divine Frequency and to the 5th episode of our series, Forgiveness is Freedom. We have walked a powerful journey together. In Episode 1, we named the invisible weight. In Episode 2, we went inside the body and discovered that resentment is a biological event. In Episode 3, we faced the hardest forgiveness of all, forgiving ourselves. And in Episode 4, we learned that nothing can truly be released until it is first honored with gratitude and dignity. Today, we take the next step, and it may be the most tangible, the most felt, the most immediate of the entire series. Today, we cut the cord. Not a physical cord, an energetic one. An invisible thread of connection that still binds your life force to a person, a memory, or an experience that ended long ago in the physical world, but never ended inside you. A connection that is still draining you, still pulling at your attention, still siphoning the energy you need for the life that is waiting for you. You have felt this. You may not have had a name for it, but you have felt it. And today, we name it, we understand it, and we release it. There are threads you cannot see that still connect you to places you have already left, to people who no longer stand beside you, to versions of yourself you thought you had outgrown. You feel them in the pull, in the sudden heaviness that arrives without explanation, in the way your mind drifts back to a conversation that ended years ago, replaying it as though the words are still being spoken. These are not memories, they are connections, living, breathing, energetic ties that continue to draw from you long after the story has closed. And today, with love, with awareness, with the full power of your intention, you will cut them free. Not in anger, in liberation. What are energetic cords? Not everything you carry from the past is a memory or a belief. Sometimes, what lingers is something more subtle, more persistent, and more difficult to name. It is an energetic attachment, a connection that continues to drain your vitality long after the relationship, the situation, or the experience has ended in the physical world. You have likely experienced this without knowing what to call it. A relationship ends, yet you still feel emotionally entangled. A job is left behind, yet the stress it caused continues to live in your body. A hurtful comment was spoken years ago, yet it still echoes in your mind as though it were said this morning. You think about someone and suddenly feel drained, agitated, or sad, even though you have not spoken to them in months or years. These are not just psychological remnants. They are energetic cords, invisible connections that bind your life force to something that no longer serves your growth. The concept of energetic cords is recognized across many traditions. Modern psychology might describe it as unresolved emotional processing, the mind's inability to fully close a chapter because the emotions tied to it were never fully expressed, felt, or integrated. Energy-based practitioners might describe it as attachments in the energy field, threads of connection that remain active between two people or between a person and an experience, continuing to exchange energy even when physical contact has ceased. Regardless of the framework you use, the felt experience is the same. Something that should be over is still taking from you. It is still occupying space in your mind, your heart, or your body, and it is quietly siphoning the energy you need for what is ahead. This is why some people can do all the inner work, read all the books, understand the science, practice the meditations, and still feel stuck, because the work they have done has addressed the mind. But the cord is not in the mind, it is in the energy. And until the cord is acknowledged and consciously released, the drain continues. How cords form. Energetic cords form through emotional intensity. They are created in moments of deep connection, deep pain, deep love, or deep betrayal. Any experience that carries a powerful emotional charge has the potential to create a cord, because strong emotion binds energy to the experience and to the person involved. This is why cords are most commonly found in intimate relationships, family dynamics, and experiences of trauma. The deeper the emotional investment, the stronger the cord. And the stronger the cord, the more energy it continues to draw, even after the relationship or experience has ended. A cord can form with a parent whose approval you are still seeking, even though you are an adult. With a partner whose love you are still mourning, even though the relationship ended years ago. With a friend who betrayed your trust, and whose betrayal still occupies a room in your mind you cannot seem to close. With a version of yourself that you outgrew, but whose voice still whispers that you are not enough. Cords do not dissolve on their own. Time alone does not cut them. Distance alone does not sever them. Because the cord is not held in place by proximity. It is held in place by unresolved emotional energy. And until that energy is consciously acknowledged and released, the cord remains active, drawing from your vitality like a slow, invisible leak. The signs you are still corded. How do you know if you are carrying an energetic cord? The signs are often subtle, but once you learn to recognize them, they become unmistakable. You think about someone constantly, even when you do not want to. Your mind returns to them without your permission, replaying conversations, imagining confrontations, or revisiting the pain as though it were fresh. You feel emotionally triggered by their name, their memory, or even by people who remind you of them. A song, a place, a scent can send you spiraling back into the emotional state you thought you had left behind. You feel drained after thinking about them or after contact with them, even brief or indirect contact. Your energy drops, your mood shifts, your body tenses. You dream about them frequently. The subconscious, which processes emotional material during sleep, often reveals cord attachments through recurring dreams about the person or the experience. You have difficulty moving forward in a specific area of your life, and you sense that it is connected to a past relationship or experience, but you cannot seem to break free despite your best efforts. If any of these resonate, you are likely carrying a cord. And the good news is, you have the power to cut it, not with force, with awareness, intention, and love. The practice of cutting the cord. This is a practice you can do right now. It is simple, but do not mistake simplicity for weakness. Some of the most powerful healing practices are the simplest, because they work at the level of energy and intention, which is the deepest level of change. Find a place where you will not be interrupted. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. With each exhale, allow your body to soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw release. Let the weight of the day fall away. Now, bring to mind the person, the relationship, or the experience you are ready to release. Do not force it. Let it arise naturally. You will know which one needs attention, because your body will tell you. You may feel a tightening in your chest, a knot in your stomach, a heaviness in your heart. That sensation is the cord. Your body is showing you where it is attached. Allow yourself to feel whatever arises. Do not judge it. Do not rush past it. Anger is welcome. Grief is welcome. Longing is welcome. Confusion is welcome. These emotions have been stored in the cord, and they need to move through you in order to be released. Let them. This is not weakness. This is the sound of something loosening that has been gripping you from the inside. Now, in your mind or aloud, speak to the cord directly. Speak to the person. Speak to the experience. In whatever words feel true to you. You might say something like this: I acknowledge the role you played in my life. I honor the lesson you brought me, even when it came wrapped in pain. I thank you for what you taught me about myself. And now, with love and with compassion, I release this connection. I reclaim my energy. I return yours. We are free. As you speak these words, visualize the cord gently dissolving. See it softening, loosening, and finally releasing. You are not cutting with violence. You are releasing with love. Imagine golden light filling the space where the cord was attached, healing the point of connection, and restoring your energy to wholeness. Breathe. Let the release settle into your body. You may feel lighter. You may feel emotional. You may feel a deep exhale that seems to come from somewhere you did not know was holding tension. All of this is exactly right. Some cords dissolve in a single practice. Others, especially those tied to deep relationships or formative experiences, may require repetition. Do not be discouraged if the cord returns. Each time you practice, you weaken it. Each time you choose release, you reclaim more of yourself. And eventually, the cord will dissolve completely, not because you forced it, but because you no longer need it. What fills the space? When a cord is released, something happens that many people do not expect. There is an open space, a quiet, a lightness where heaviness used to live. And for some people, that space feels unsettling. The mind, so accustomed to being occupied by the old connection, may not know what to do with the openness. It may try to fill it immediately, reaching for a new worry, a new fixation, a new version of the old story. Resist that urge. The open space is not a void. It is sacred ground. It is the evidence that something has shifted inside you. It is the canvas on which your next chapter will be painted. Do not rush to fill it. Honor it. Rest in it. Trust that what is meant for you will find its way into the opening you have made. This is the pause between the exhale and the inhale, the silence between notes that gives the music its beauty, the stillness that allows clarity to rise. And in that stillness, you will begin to feel something you may not have felt in a long time. Your own energy, unentangled, unclaimed, fully yours. And it is more than enough. There were threads you could not see that held you to a life you had already outgrown. They pulled at your attention. They whispered in your sleep. They kept one hand, reaching backward, while the other tried to build something new. But today, with steady hands and an open heart, you loosened what was tight. You released what was heavy. You gave back what was never yours to carry. And in the space that opened, you found something you had almost forgotten was there. Yourself, whole, unburdened, free. Not because someone gave you permission, but because you finally gave it to yourself. If this episode moved something inside you, if you felt a cord loosen, a weight lift, or a breath deepen, please share it with someone who is still carrying a connection they are ready to release. And subscribe to stay connected as we walk the final steps of this journey together. In our next and final episode, we step into the freedom that waits on the other side. We will explore what life looks like when the weight has been set down, when the cords have been cut, when the past has been honored and released. We will talk about living from frequency rather than force, about becoming a lighthouse whose presence heals others simply by being aligned. And we will close this series the way it began, with the truth that your freedom was never something you needed to earn. It was always yours. You just needed to remember. And if this series has spoken to you, the book Forgiveness is Freedom by Dr. James Ojjeh takes this journey deeper, with extended practices, personal stories, and the full science behind everything we have explored together. It will be available soon on Amazon. Until then, breathe. Feel the space where the cord used to be, and trust that what is coming is worthy of the room you have made. Stay rooted in your truth. Stay in your light. And stay with us as we continue to awaken, to heal, and to live fully in the divine frequency.